Will Wolfpack be the new Teen Wolf? Is it gonna bring back the magic of Styles Skalinsky and the original Teen Wolf?
Damn!
Short answer, no. But maybe, perhaps it might do decent, might do well.
Okay.
Let's take a deep dive into season 1 of Wolfpack and let's find out how close or how related it is to Teen Wolf and if it's gonna bring the magic and bring that cult following audience that Teen Wolf had. Wolfpack basically is just that there's this catastrophic fire that has been released into the wild while some kids are on a trip, and it starts a stampede where some of them get bit by a wolf. It sounds stupid because it is. Now, basically, these new Teen Wolf. I'm sorry. These new wolves that are teenagers or werewolves, these teens that are werewolves, this is complicated, are now trying to survive the one that turned them into werewolves because they're trying to kill them for some reason. So overall, the premise of the show is interesting. Like, you have this mysterious fire, you have teen wolves. I'm sorry, it's the last time. I'm sorry, it's the last time. And you just have like a kind of intriguing plot to begin. Like, sure, it's interesting enough, give it a shot, you know. I like Teen Wolf, so Wolfpack seemed like a good next step. You know, it's based on a 2004 book, so it already has some success. Right? No.
No!
I watched basically 11 out of 12 episodes of the season. I did not watch the season finale. You might be thinking to yourself, why would you watch something to not watch the season finale? Because it is literally that bad at the end. Like, literally at episode 11, I didn't even care. I was watching it just for the video, and I was like, do I even care to watch the season finale? Maybe I'll watch it later. And then I watched other shows and completely forgot of it. The season finale, the episode before, is supposed to be like really riveting to get you to want to watch the season finale. But no, like the episodes like 10, 11, and even 9, I think, they lowered in quality. You started at least in a mediocre quality, and it actually went down as the show progressed. Usually shows go up. Usually it's the hook that's hard to get people in, but it went down. Like, again, I'm going to explain why Wolfpack does not live up to Teen Wolf completely, at all. It is literally atrocious.
Why?
Some of the characters, and I don't understand, they literally have the most stereotypical characters ever. They have the main character who is just like, oh, me, kind of, I'm gonna have my courage, and I'm gonna fight the bad guys, but I'm a good guy. And then you have the sassy, rambunctious girl, I don't even know what attitude is, I'm gonna do whatever I want, and you can't stop me. And then you have the bad boy, like, you know, the kind of little bit dumb, but kind of like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have sex with everyone, you know? And then there's just gonna be like a couple more common character tropes that aren't necessarily bad, but they do them in a bad way. Like, let's look at the sexy bad boy. Like, there's a lot of gay themes in the show, which is whatever. But literally they do nothing for the plot at all. They're literally just to make female audiences more excited. Because literally the bad boy is like having make-out sessions or like, you know, intense intimate moments with guys just cause. Like, literally it's just cause they just decide, oh, we don't know what to write for this part, so let's just have them do it. At least in Teen Wolf, I felt like it was part of the plot. Not necessary necessarily, but like it was integral. It fit into the plot. Like, it worked. It helped progress the story. This is just like, let's just stop and watch two dudes make out for just a couple minutes. Yeah, no, it's okay. I don't want this cope out that you're doing. This cheap sexual appeal that they're trying to do. Literally, whenever it's a lazy show writer or movie writer, they just put an intense scene, like sexualness, that is just like, what's the point of this? We're not watching porn, I'm sorry. Like, I'm not saying that it's pornographic, but like, the point of the show isn't to watch. Like, it's okay if you want to have some sexiness, but like, I swear, every single time this man did something, it was literally pointless.
Just wondering, what's the point?
Like, almost, like, basically even the love connection he had, I felt was pointless. Like, really. It was, like, loosely connected to the plot. Like, okay, sure. But, like, can't deal with these lazy writings. And this, before you all go screeching in the comments saying homophobic, let me just know that if it was a woman and a man, or woman or whatever, and they do the same shit, I would still be saying the same thing because it's stupid. If it doesn't have any relevance to the show, you don't. Why are we pausing the show just to go to a sexist scene? Like, it's so easy to integrate it. It really is. It's literally just like, literally, there's so many shows that have done it, at least mediocre. Continuing onward, I feel like the rest of the characters just fall under similar traps. Like, the main character, like I said, he's just boring. He's boring. He's like a worse version of Scott McCall from Teen Wolf. At least Scott McCall, you couldn't feel it. He kind of just feels like, I don't even know if you would know this, but Deku from My Hero Academia, a worse version of that. And then the girl is, again, the typical edgy girl, just like, I'm a rebel, I'm against my parents. Oh my gosh. You can't tell me what to do. Like, no, it's just so lazy. Like, it's just not great. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I actually found it mildly entertaining at first. I was like, this is about a 6, you know. This is kind of, like, it was okay. Like, it was watchable. But as we progressed farther and farther and farther, it went to a 5.5, and then a 5. And I was like, this is, oh my gosh, 4.5. And it's like, how? Like, literally, you started at least okay. If it would have stayed at a 6 the whole season, I wouldn't even be complaining that much because it's like, it's just watchable. It's not gonna be the next Teen Wolf. I'm sorry. Like, it's not gonna be the next Teen Wolf. But it's just, they just, like, ran out. They didn't know what to do in the end. And, like, sure, I can go watch the season finale and it'd be like, oh, you didn't watch the Who season. How do you know? I highly, highly doubt that the season finale, even if it has a cliffhanger that's like, ooh, I'm interested in the next season, is not gonna jump the show to an 8 or a 7 or even back to a 6. It just collapsed in the second half. Like, in reality, I would expect the season finale to continue the trend and actually maybe even lower the rating, lower than a 4.5. So just because I was curious, I looked at the Rotten Tomato reviews and the critics had it like a 42%. And I was like, yeah, you know, it's a 4.5 out of 10. But you crackheads had it at an 86%. The audience score was 86%. And I understand. It's just an aggregate of, like, who recommends this show and who doesn't recommend this show. How the hell do 86% of you recommend the show? I wouldn't recommend the show. Not even close. Like, it's a 4.5 out of 10. I barely would recommend a 6 out of 10. If you were the type of person who would recommend a 6 out of 10, maybe, you know, I maybe have that. If I feel like a certain person will really benefit from a certain show, I would do that. But there's no way in hell 86% of you has a recommendation. No, like, Teen Wolf is monumentally better, and Teen Wolf isn't even the most amazing show. So I don't even know. I'm gonna have to leave it here. Why don't you look at my Teen Wolf reviews so you can get some sense knocked into you, because Teen Wolf is the show you need to watch. Also, you know, probably should have saved you a lot of time, but Wolfpack doesn't have style squints, so it automatically is a 0. So either way, let you know in your comments what you think about Wolfpack if you disagree.